And what about Russia? I'm very curious what your feelings are about your home country.
Yes, of course, I have a very strong connection with Russia. This is from the beginning where I was, since I left. Yes, it's not a country I'm longing to live in, because I think that would be actually against what I can do. I am able to do much more because I have this helicopter view and this kind of withdrawn
Distance.
yes, I have this distance to really reflect from a safe place and to have that strength. It gives me great strength to be living peaceful life, because as soon as I go to Russia, I'm suffocating from all the pain and struggle and all the demand that, and all the hope even that is weighing over me, that I find it really hard to deal with. And I would be lost. I would be trying to do everything and wouldn't be able to focus if I lived in Russia. That's really me being very honest with myself. As much as I would love to anonymously, if I was someone else, but with everything that I have today, it would be a wonderful place. Such an interesting time in Russia today, and to see how Moscow is changing, and even there are really positive changes in my opinion to the city. Like there's both. We're losing the old system of teachers and people. We're losing sort of valuable people. The new education, it's not the same, but it's modernized. It's becoming, it's modernizing, and it will happen. It will just take much longer, but it will. And I just would like to facilitate it and be part of it.
Can you ever be ordinary in Moscow? Go on a trolley bus or anything like that?
Oh yes, I'm fine. Of course, I get approached by people and I get spoken to, but it's because I'm so, I'm like this. Sometimes people don't even recognize me, or if they do, they just can't believe it's me. I am I'm a normal person, and this beauty, in my opinion, is sort of, it's what we do, it's what we believe, it's what we project onto other people. And physical beauty, it's important as well, obviously in my job, but this is something that I'm very confident of in my professional life, but in my real life it's not the most important thing. I'm beautiful to my children and to my man.
The other thing I wanted to ask you about is your Naked Heart Foundation. You've built playgrounds, haven't you, all over Russia?
Yes, we have 64 play parks and playgrounds all over Russia now, and another 18 on the way this year. And this is our first original program. This is how Naked Heart Foundation was created, to build a play park in Beslan. At the time in 2004, when the Beslan tragedy happened, that's when I had my, as people call it, I guess, awakening moment, and in philanthropical beginning. And I was on the. It just happened, and the following day, after the 3-day event, I was on the plane, and I asked myself, what would I like, what would help me in my childhood to deal with my traumas, and play was the answer. And so I said, of course, this is what I can do, because I'm not a doctor, I wouldn't be able to help children that way, but play park would be very therapeutic for them.
You're listening to The Voice of Russia in London. I'm Alice Lagnado,
And today I'm talking to supermodel and philanthropist Natalia Vodianova. There aren't many decent playgrounds in Russia, is that right?
Well, there isn't many, no. But in Beslan there wasn't one. And that's why I wanted to build a big play park for children there. Then it's spread on to all of Russia. I opened the first one, in fact, in my hometown, Nizhny Novgorod, because I couldn't reach Beslan authorities. And then after 33, Beslan authorities actually contacted me and said, would you please come and build one on the territory of the new school that they built instead of the old one. And it was a beautiful moment to have that circle completed from where it was sprang, to see that play park actually open. And I flew to Beslan, and the children organized a concert for me, and one little girl wrote a poem for me. It was so beautiful. And I went to the place where it all happened, and the energy there, it's just, it made me so emotional. You just feel the presence of God in the walls of that sport room, sport hall, yes, where it all happened. It was incredible. And then to see the children who survived and their families, I met them all, and there's incredible holiness in their eyes. They're kind of like that you feel that they're almost sort of, there's something in them that you cannot explain, but something light coming out of them all. Just them being so positive and so graceful about what happened, and just really not at all suppressed under that event, and kind of rising above it.
And I guess that whole region has had a terrible time, because before Beslan, thousands and thousands of children suffered during 2 wars in Chechnya.
Of course.
So it's all that region has been through a lot.
Yes. But that was a very, very cruel event, because of the fact that it was on the 1st of September, when all over Russia, the children celebrating, families celebrating, getting together, girls doing their hair beautifully with...
Yes, because 1st of Russia is Day of Knowledge in Russia, isn't it? First day of school.
All over Russia, yes, all on the same day. It's different than England.
Yeah.
And you know, it's such an exciting day for children. They bring flowers to their teachers. All the family come to support the newcomers. And yes, it was. It's of course, the terrorists knew that the whole country would be under attack, because that's you're attacking the most important, sort of the happiest day of the child's life. You know, it's sort of to go to school. It's also nerve-wracking in a good way, but yes, it's very scary as well.
But your project took off, and now it's got playgrounds all over Russia. So it's done really well. It must be very popular, I guess, because the old playgrounds are abandoned, or they don't exist.
The old playgrounds are very small, very horrible, of course, and in fact they're not. One shouldn't use them. They're completely dangerous. Because they're 50 years old, some of them. It's not safe for the children, and it's very bleak and grey, and of course mostly from my childhood, remembering the few benches that we had, and the slide was always used by alcoholics, who just have nowhere to go, they sit around drinking. And of course they're not just small playgrounds, they are play parks, especially what we kind of our flagship play park. It's a 3,000 square meter fenced territory, all developed.
That's huge.
That's huge. Yes, it's very big.
That's the one in Beslan.
That's the one in Beslan. That's 35 of them we have.
Are you extending your program now to do something linked to children's homes?
Yes, we have a second program that is not linked to children's home, but it's linked to children with special needs and families with children with special needs. With this program, we have grants for other organizations who work in that field, as well as our main program, and where we're focusing all our strengths is to develop a perfect family support center for children with special needs.
One question about ambassadors. You're an ambassador for Russia, aren't you, for the Sochi Olympic Games, including Russia's first Paralympics?
Yes.
Is this something you wanted to take on particularly because of the Paralympics, and are you looking forward to that?
Yes, it really appealed to me when I was approached. I'm very positive that Russia did this move. I'm sure this will be great for what I'm trying to do, and what Naked Heart Foundation is trying to do, and for people to just see the athletes who are different than physically than normal athletes to perform in the most incredible way and achieve so much.
Do you think it might help push them on as well in terms of policy making?
They will have to do things like provide a normal ramps for subways, and so disabled people can actually freely move around cities, go to museums, to hospitals, to some restaurants, to toilet. It's very, very simple things, but yes, I'm very much hoping to see this is happening, as well as Paralympic Games taking place in Russia, that it will bring this wave of change, of acceptance, of awareness to the country.
That was Natalia Vodianova talking to me about her charity work. You're listening to The Voice of Russia. For now, from me, Alice Lagnado, it's goodbye.
I'm able to do much more because I have this helicopter view and this kind of withdrawn
distance.
Yes, I have this distance to really reflect from a safe place, and to have that strength. It gives me great strength to be living peaceful life, because as soon as I go to Russia, I'm suffocating from all the pain and struggle and all the demand and all the hope even that is weighing over me, that I find it really hard to deal with, and I would be lost. I would be trying to do everything.
And what about Russia? I'm very curious what your feelings are about your home country.
Yes, of course, I have a very strong connection with Russia. This is from the beginning, where I was, since I left. Yes, it's not a country I'm longing to live in, because I think that would be actually against what I can do. I'm able